All right, there we go. I had a big old Skype logo next to me, but now I have Mr. Ultra David coming from his own home right now. So there we go. How's it going, everybody? This is the Ultra Chen TV show, aka the Tuesday show. I'm James Chen.
And I'm Ultra David.
There you go. There's Ultra David. So there he is. All right. So, yep. David could not make it here today, so we are going to do this through technology with Skype. Yeah. So here we go. All right.
Tech.
Exactly. So there we go. Okay, so we've got some stuff to talk about today. As you can see here in the top... Ooh, my arm is getting chopped off this way. In the topics over here, we've got Chile and the Latin American FGC. Lots of results, lots of events this weekend. Starfire impressions. And then we've also got the MvCI video leak. Let's talk about that for a little bit. And then just general FGC news.
Sounds right.
Okay, cool.
So you were in Chile, huh?
Yes, I was in Chile. So the Chile FGC last year for a gaming festival called Festa Game, they flew out Mr. Mike Ross to that event. And this year, Mike, has disappeared off the face of the planet. So Cane Blue River has suggested bringing me out there. And so we talked and got that arranged. And I basically got flown all the way to Chile and attended their tournament there. Not their tournament, but their gaming convention, Festa Game, out there. And basically got to... I was basically counted as one of the Twitch partners at the event, so I was basically being taken care of mostly by Twitch down there, which was really cool because they had Twitch representatives from Mexico, from Chile, from Argentina. They had like all the different Twitch representatives, kind of like what GamerBee does for Taiwan, all out there, and they had a bunch of partners, the streaming people out there to do a bunch of streaming exhibitions, but at the same time, it was like their own little mini E3. And to be honest, it was super, super eye-opening and very, very cool to see. Their video games... Because remember how when we went to Kuwait, it was like, you know what, it's cool because even in Kuwait, like, the FGC, the video game scene is just like every other video game scene. And, Chile was kind of the same way. Lots of very big video game fanatics there, lots of cosplay going on, and just a lot of people very excited for games. And... Though the one thing I will say, though, was at Festa Game, there was a lot of fighting game presence there. It was really interesting. Yeah, there was a lot of, there was an Old Spice sponsored booth where they just had a bunch of stations set up with different fighting games, and there was this big old long line to come in and play that.
Old Spice sponsored it?
Yeah, Old Spice had it sponsored there. It was like an Old Spice booth. I had like these pictures from it. It's crazy. And then they had an Injustice 2 tournament. I saw Ed Boon there. I ran into Ed Boon. I met Ed Boon in Chile, of all things. Then one guy by the handle Salaryman had set up a school in the back. It was just like an FGC school, basically, where people just went there and played, and they had like some of the pro players from Chile, or like the expert players in Chile, like teaching them how to play and everything like that. And
all right,
I had a long talk with Salaryman too, and he was even saying like one of the main reasons why he wants to have that little school there is so young kids can play, they can encourage them to play, but also so that they could advise them and make sure they don't get like taken advantage of by like some teams or the whole the fake sponsors kind of thing, And
that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
that's something I'm always trying to get across too, so that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's really, really cool. They were doing a lot of cool things like that. And then also, which took place that weekend, was the premiere of a documentary on Mysterio, the player who qualified for Capcom Cup last year but couldn't make it due to visa issues. And it's literally like a university over there just decided to do this project here to promote him and show, the struggles of, that his kind of situation. Great player, couldn't make it because of visa issues and all these other things like that. So just trying to bring awareness and everything like that. So I don't know, it was super cool. Like there was just a lot of stuff going. They did some exhibition matches for Mysterio on stage before they played the movie, and they had me commentate on the stage. So I was like on stage doing commentary, which was fun, which was funny because they made me do King of Fighters, and I was like, okay.
All right. Yeah. How was that?
Actually went pretty well, surprisingly. So it went decently. So yeah, but I did that. I did some Street Fighter V for some exhibition matches. But yeah, overall it was super cool. But I mean, I don't know. Is there any questions that you had or anything like that you wanted to ask?
It sounds like a really cool event. Was Cane Blue River there? I mean, I don't know too many players from Chile. It's basically him and Zero, I guess.
Right. Yeah, Cane Blue River was there. He was actually working at one of the booths there doing like some exhibitions and beating people up in Tekken, actually.
Okay.
He basically learned a little Tekken so he could beat people up on the streams and stuff. Not on the streams, but like at the stations and everything like that. So, but he was there. Dude, there was so many people there. I can't even tell you how well they took care of me out there. Like, everybody was so nice and super friendly. And one thing that was weird, though, I will say, is that this is my first time in the Southern Hemisphere, so it was actually winter.
Yeah.
So it was like 45 degrees or something, so I was just like, oh my god, it's so cold. But
I mean, yeah. I guess I wouldn't have thought about that either, to be honest.
Yeah, so I mean, like, someone actually told me, they're like, hey, make sure you bring warm clothes, and I was like, interesting. But yeah, it's interesting though, because honestly, I got a really good glimpse at what the FGC is like down there, and it's really interesting because you can see the kind of passion that they have. You can see they have probably every bit as much drive and every bit as much passion for the fighting game community. But man, their resources is just not the same, you know.
Sure, yeah.
They're telling me that, like, you know, I think it was, it might have even been Nico who was saying, you know, just getting a regular job down there, like, he probably makes more money going around and winning small tournaments here and there in the States and everything like that, you know. Because really, it's hard to really get any sort of real scene out there. And, you know, so a lot of players, it's, you know, it's tough. It's tough for me to see. Because a lot of them, it seems very much like they're putting a lot of hopes and dreams on, like, trying to become either a prominent streamer or a prominent fighting game player or even a prominent speedrunner and stuff like that. And, you know, they see what the kind of success is going on in the U.S. and they just can't achieve a lot of that same things, you know. In a way, it kind of opens your eyes up a little bit to some of the things that, you know, Cane Blue River Nico is infamous for saying now, you know, in the past few months and everything like that. You know, there's definitely an understanding that like, you want to talk about the struggle being real in the fighting game community, but the struggle there is like infinitely harder than anything that we're going for over here right now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but that certainly is, it's like a good perspective. It's good to see that, to have the perspective on that, but that definitely does suck, and I'm sure it's going to be tough to get out of that. Where in Chile was this?
This was in Santiago, actually, so it was the capital of Chile, and you know, they told me that Chile is like the nicest country in Latin America, and Santiago is the nicest city in Latin America. So, I mean, certainly, like, the hotel that Twitch put me up in was, I mean, like, fancy, like, any hotel I think I've had since, like, the fighting game community stuff has started. Wow. I mean, it was like, it was a swanky little hotel. It was the W, and it was a really, it was a really nice hotel. I was like, whoa. Yeah. And the area that we stayed in was this place they called Sanhattan. So it's like the business district of Santiago. So it's Sanhattan. But yeah, I mean, like, and it's funny too because, you know, I know last week, for example, you know, I got blown up for saying, you know, things about Street Fighter V, you know, and the FGC and stuff like that. But you talk to those guys in South America. And I was like, you know, they're like, I was talking to some people and they're like, I don't like Street Fighter V. I'm like, why don't you play the other games? It's like, there is no scene for these games. Like, there is no scene. There's no hope for these games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Street Fighter is the only one that will allow us to get anywhere and anything like that. And, you know, that's the kind of thing that I was referencing a lot of the times last week is that, you know, it is the game that has that potential, and other games don't quite have that yet, you know, and so...
Yeah. Yeah, that is, I think, to some degree, a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, as long as everybody believes that it's the only game that's capable of doing it, then it will be.
Right.
And I'm not saying that if everybody just believed hard enough, then other games would be able to do it. But like, certainly, if nobody believes that other games can do it, then definitely they cannot.
Right.
I don't know what the other alternative is, but like, definitely if this continues, then nobody else for sure can. So I don't know. I think that is a bummer.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I saw Injustice 2 tournaments down there. Too much. I know there's a Latin America circuit for Injustice 2. I think that some of it was played, like one of the qualifiers was played there. Like I said, I saw Ed Boon there. I saw an MKXL tournament. So there was definitely a lot of Injustice presence. So hopefully NRS can also, seep in there and really, really try to help out the Latin America fighting game community. But at the same time, it's interesting because, we talk about this a lot with a lot of people, like, oh, hey, if you just work at it, if you just keep the scene consistent and everything like that, you can get there and blah, blah, blah. And it's interesting because, like, I'm starting to look at it, and one of the things that kind of hit me in particular was there's a lot of responsibility on our side, too, in the U.S., to help grow the FGC, help grow the esports side of things, because all the companies down there are seeing what's happening in the States, and they're going, oh, this seems worth sponsoring. You know what I mean? So the video game, the esports thing seems more appealing to them because of what they see is going on in the States. And so, like, I feel like we have a lot of responsibility to not only keep growing it, but to promote their stuff and, really push for a lot of the stuff that they're doing down there. And I mean, after seeing all those guys and seeing just how passionate they are and just seeing how like into fighting games they were, like, I feel like I need to like talk about Latin America events like way more.
I think that'd be great. And I'm sure part of the calculus of them bringing you down was to have exactly that kind of revelation.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Was hoping that maybe this is a way to get more eyeballs on what we're doing.
Yeah.
I know that for the Kuwaiti guys, that was definitely part of why they wanted to bring people up.
No,
and they was explicit. They were hoping that people would begin to talk about their scene more than people had been, including us.
Right.
And to some degree, mission accomplished. I feel. I don't know if it's as much as they would like it to, but certainly to some degree. So hopefully for Chile and for other countries in Latin America that works as well. But like at least it's certainly better now, at least from my perspective, what I've been seeing. It seems better now than even just it was a few years ago. Like I feel like already I know more players from South America. I know of them at least. I hear results more often. Players from Brazil. I've been to Capcom Cup a few times now.
Right, 3 years in a row. Yeah.
Right. I mean, we're good chance that last year a player from Dominican Republic made it. Same.
Oh, David, hang on a second. I lost you. Oh, hang on. Try again. Talk again.
Hey. Hello.
Oh, there we go. You're back. Okay, continue.
So yeah, I mean, anyway, just more and more players are making themselves known in whatever way, and definitely part of that has been because of things like the Capcom Pro Tour and now Injustice Pro Series and stuff like that. But that can't be the whole thing of it. There has to be more than that.
Right.
And I know that there are tournaments down there and events down there, so it's good that you have been to one and you can talk about it a little bit more, personally than previously.
Yeah, and it's crazy there too because a bunch of people came by. One of the teams there, so there's 2 games that were being developed exclusively by Chilean game developers down there. One of them was Omen of Sorrow, which was a fighting game. They actually were at EVO this year. In fact, the combat designer Felipe, I met at EVO, and then when I went down to Chile, I ran into him. I was like, "Hey," it was really cool. But I didn't get a chance to mess with the game when I was at EVO. But he got to show me a lot of the game while I was there, and so I actually got to play the game a lot. And I really like the direction that it's coming up in right now, and like knowing that there's like only like 20-some people working on it, is pretty crazy to see how far the game is coming right now. And he's even talked about like, giving us like beta codes or something like that, or like giving us beta copies so we can test it and everything.
Of course.
But
certainly happy to do so. But 20-something people is a pretty good size for an indie team, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, like, they have a lot of really interesting ideas. It's like, how Unreal has the grid system in the game? Like, this game has, like, the one unique thing that stands out to me in this game is that there's, like, one particular meter that, like, goes up and down depending on the actions, and if it goes down, it acts kind of like a guard break where you get into Doom mode, and you can't do special moves anymore until it comes back, and then, if it fills all the way up, you can use that bar as a super meter to do, like, powers, but then if you do it too much, you put yourself empty, so you're in danger of doom. Like, there's this really kind of interesting tug-of-war battle with this meter that's individual for each character, and I really liked that kind of idea. It was like a neat, complex, and interesting way to manage resources, because the resources aren't just for super cancels or special moves or those kind of things, but it also affects your ability to block. And it was really interesting too, because the guys who were developing it, like Felipe, he was really aware of a lot of things. Like, this game has recoverable health, but it's big. Like, you get a lot. Like, you can get a lot of health back. Like, that's kind of one of the things about the game. It's designed in a way so that, whenever your meter resets towards the middle, as it goes up, you gain health back as well. And, but he was saying, like, there's a problem right now because I didn't even, like, think about this. He said, like, this is a problem because in neutral right now, when you're playing footsies, individual hits don't mean as much because you get hit and then wait and then they gain their life back and they gain a lot of that health back, so you don't actually get to lose that much health.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But, I mean, that's the thing. It's like you could see elements of all these different fighting games, and you could totally tell that they were very aware of all the little, like, subtle details about, like, what to do and, like, problems with the footsies and stuff like that. And so I was even talking about the fact, like, as you get hit, that meter drains, and so that you go into Doom mode. And I was like, man, if you hit somebody and beat them up and they go to Doom mode, it's like snowball effect. Like, you are getting rewarded for hitting them already, and now you put them into Doom mode.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, yeah, we're totally aware of that. We're trying to balance that out.
Okay, all right. That's cool.
It was really neat. I thought that was really cool. So
that is cool. Yeah.
But the game was called Omen of Sorrow, and like I said, I really liked what was coming. And then another group showed me this game called Level 99 Axe Rage.
Okay.
And it's a really beautifully drawn game, by the way. I love the art style because it's very unique to it doesn't look like anime and it doesn't look like American art. You know what I mean? Okay. It's got a very distinct flavor, but it's like a Shovel Knight Metroidvania kind of game. So instead of a shovel, you kill everything with an axe, but you get powers, and it's Metroidvania style. You get power-ups, you get extra abilities, and so I was playing that a little bit, and there was a lot of like little subtle homages to a lot of different games. There's even a parry in the game. Okay. So, like, there'll be things that shoot little bullets at you, and if you tap forward at the last second, you can parry it, like in Street Fighter 3.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right.
So there was a lot of cool ideas there. So, yeah, I mean, and I was told that game was being made by 2 people. 2 people.
Wow, all right.
So, yeah, really, really, really impressive stuff going on there. So, again, yeah, I was just really happy to see how much they love video games down there. I loved seeing the passion and seeing those guys make those video games. And, man, that Latin America fighting game community was really hyped. They were really excited. And, I mean, like, you can tell they watch. You can tell they watch, right? Because every time they talked about it, they were up to speed on everything that's been going on in the FGC.
I think that's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely a global thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the saddest part for me was I just don't feel like I spent enough time there.
Yeah, man, you had a quick trip.
I literally flew out in a red eye, landed on Saturday, got like 2 hours of sleep, and then went to the festival, and then hung out the whole day. Like, there was a Twitch party that we went to at this. It was a video game themed restaurant called Insert Coin, where they serve drinks like in Donkey Kong barrels and stuff like that. It was
that's pretty
cool. Which you could buy, and I asked, like, where did they get the Donkey Kong barrels from? And the guy told me the mom of the guy who runs the restaurant literally carves them.
Dang, all right. That's awesome, man.
Like, she literally makes them, and I was like, but you can buy them. They're like, yeah, then she makes more. I was like, Jesus.
That's really cool.
But yeah, then I slept, went back, and then halfway through the day, I flew home. So literally, I was only there for a day and a half. I probably didn't get to see enough of, you know, the environment, the city, and all that
Yeah, that's
stuff.
what I was going to ask about. So you didn't really get to see Santiago or anything? You didn't get to, like, do stuff?
I went to a few, like, shopping districts to eat and everything like that, but I didn't get to see, like, not like what we did at First Attack last year, for example.
Right.
But the funniest part about it was, though, that the crew that was on my flight going in was the same crew on my flight going out. And they saw me and they were like, what did you do? Like,
you mean the flight crew?
Yeah, the flight crew. Like, the airplane flight crew. They're like, you didn't even spend a day there. Like, what did you do? I was like, yeah, I was only there for a day and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I thought that was kind of funny because they were so confused. They're like, that's a lot of flying to do.
I mean, it is a lot of flying.
Yeah, it was. But overall, it was a great trip. And I just told everybody, since I was there for so short, that just means I have to go back. So
yeah.
And I'm definitely eager to do so.
Very cool.
To do so. So, yeah.
I'm really glad that you had a good time. It sounds like fun. Sounds like people are cool. And yeah, nice work.
Yeah, I was really surprised at the community out there, and like I spent I took a selfie with like so many different people just so I could tweet them all out and just like thank them for taking care of me and for being so awesome and stuff like that. So yeah, here's to the Latin America scene, and I hope it continues to grow. So I'm excited for them. All right,
man.
I know, probably thought I was smuggling or something like that. Or they asked if I was working for some sort of flight crew or something like that. They're like, why are you going back and forth? Someone told me that one-day trips also could be potentially booty calls, but, you know, that was definitely not what I was doing.
An intercontinental booty call.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess it probably happens sometimes, but all right.
Hey, if I was baller enough,
I've never done that.
Why not, right? So
I've done international.
Oh, man.
That's true, actually. But, not intercontinental.
Okay. All right. Any other thing that you want to mention about that?
I think that's all for me.
Okay, cool. Do you want to just move on to the next topic? Go to all the results, or do you want to take a break?
I would like to take a break so that I can try to fix my headphone situation, because this whole time I've been listening to basically the loudest frying bacon over a robot voice that I've ever heard, and it's really weird. So, yeah, you are trying to make fun of it, but you actually already sound like that. The only reason I even know you're trying to make fun of it is because I think that's what you were doing. I just expect it, but that's really what it sounds like.
Damn,
so,
okay.
Try to do that while we take a break.
Well, Kane Blue Rivers in the chat, definitely want to shout outs to him. He definitely took care of me a lot as well during that event. So shout outs to Nico as well. So, all right, cool. So let's take a quick break. Let's see if we can get this audio situation taken care of. All right, be right back, guys. Let's go to break, please. Jesus. Come on, let's go to break, please. Man. Okay. All right. We are back to the Tuesday show, and we just talked about my trip to Chile and a bunch of stuff going on in Latin America. I did, however, forget to mention one thing, was that there is a premiere event that is going to be taking place in Chile in September, so coming up very soon. It's the Never Give Up tournament, so you definitely want to find some information. And like I said, the city is beautiful, man. I mean, just like from the little bits I saw of it, like even while driving to Festa Game, we would pass by like giant mountains and cliffs and all these things.
Sure.
And the guy working on Omen of Sorrow, Felipe, told me he was like from the south of Chile. It's interesting because Chile is super tall. So like the culture up north is different from the center, is different from the south.
Sure, yeah.
But he showed me pictures of like stuff like in the south, how beautiful it is and everything. And then he told me that like around this time they can find penguins there. So I was like, I need to go. So I need to go and like find some penguins and pet some penguins if I can, you know.
Yeah. Once I'm super wealthy and have all the free time in the world to travel as much as I want to, I've always wanted to. I've always had a fascination with the like cold extreme points on the map. So like I really want to go to South America, down in Patagonia and stuff, and I really want.
Oops, hang on, we lost you. Oh yeah, there we go. You're back. Okay, what was it after you said about Patagonia?
I just really like to check out all the very northern and very southern places. I think those are super interesting to go check out. But yeah, probably not for I got probably a couple years left before I can retire. Couple years maybe.
Even before that too, before Never Give Up. So Never Give Up weekend is on September 23rd through the 24th. So that's Saturday and Sunday. You can actually find some information about it at www.fgranking.cl. And but the week before that is also Thunderstruck, which is in Mexico, which is a big tournament that they have in Mexico. And that's on September 16th through 17th. And you can check that out at thunderstruck.com.mx and find out. If you remember last year, I believe it was like Chris T and Brent is Cool and a bunch of guys went to that event as well. So,
hey, did I ever tell you how my mom used to have a penguin as a pet?
What?
True story.
Wait, what? How? How did that happen? And how can I duplicate this?
So my grandpa was a dock worker, and he was like the guy who unloaded like docks, like shipping containers. And I don't know the circumstances. I guess every now and then things would fall off the crates. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
They would fall off.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
So apparently penguins fell out of the crate or something, and they got a penguin. They had a pet penguin, and apparently the penguin was a jerk. And they hated it, and it was like, surprise, surprise, penguins don't make for good pets. Should not be a surprising fact, but so they gave it to the zoo.
That's because they didn't train that penguin properly. Give me that penguin, I'll make it work, damn it. I will make it work.
I don't think they're cool with humans, man. I don't think that's one of those like things that works out in the animal kingdom.
But wait, aren't they supposed to like tap dance for us or something like that? You know. Oh man! But I mean, like people in Japan had pet penguins. They had penguins like following them to the market and stuff with a little backpack on, and it was adorable.
In what?
In Japan, like there's videos of like people with pet penguins, and the penguin walks around with a backpack and like collects things for the owner, and then walks back home and delivers things to them and stuff. So.
All right, maybe we're only a few hundred penguin generations away from having them being domesticated. I don't know. I don't know how it works. All right, you want to talk about Viennality?
Yes, let's do that.
So, Viennality over in Vienna, Austria. Mm-hmm. This was the largest NetherRealm Studios game tournament outside in Europe ever.
Right.
This is the biggest ever.
And the coolest part about this is a lot of U.S. players actually flew out to this, if I'm not mistaken.
They sure did, yeah. A lot of players from North America, U.S. and Canada, and players were there from all over Europe and more. There was, players from, obviously, in Austria, Germany and France and the U.K. and Greece and then in Israel as well, and also apparently in Zimbabwe. So that's technically how many? North America, Europe, Asia, and Africa were represented. And I don't know if anybody came from Australia or from South America, but I know that at least some events have had players from Australia and from South America there to play NRS games. Right. I don't know if they were there though. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, even so you got cut off again, David, right after you said I guess.
I don't remember what I said after that. Doesn't matter, probably.
Okay, no problem. But I mean, just looking at the results here, it looks like a standard results list here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also there was a player from Singapore.
Oh, really? Nice. Dude,
there sure was.
You have heard that that Cien is really practicing this a lot, right?
Oh, you mean top 16 at Viennality, Cien? Yeah.
Oh, was he? Oh, God, you're right. I didn't even notice. Oh, geez. Okay. That's the
Yeah,
Singapore player that you were talking about. Okay.
It sure is.
Dude, look, I'm going to tell you right now. For all the people that have been telling me that people only play Street Fighter for the money, if that's the only reason why you're playing Street Fighter, go play some Injustice.
Right?
Because NetherRealm is throwing around a lot of money, and this is no knock on Injustice or NRS players at all, but their pool is just smaller. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
The same 8 people are getting top 8 all the time. Those are the only 8 people that you're going to have to learn to beat. As opposed to like 250 people in the top 250 of EVO, you know.
The NRS scene is definitely the strongest that it's ever been. And I feel like those top like dozen players could probably be good at whatever game. But yeah, it's definitely a shallower pool than SF5. There's no doubt.
Again, the top players there are amazing. Don't get me wrong, and like you said, I think they're stronger than ever before. Yeah. But there's just less of them. It's just a pure numbers thing. That's just it.
True. No, you're right. You're definitely right.
Okay.
All right. So, very very cool international event. They flew out Katana Prime and Godspeed there for commentary as well.
Nice,
so the whole
cool.
thing was really international, and it was really really cool. Just had kind of weird hours. I had to wake up at 9.
You had to hang on. You died. See if you talk again.
Man.
Okay. Yeah. There you're back again. Okay. You said you had to wake up at 9 a.m.
Yeah, to watch the tournament because it's you know how terrible it is to be in the U.S. West Coast. It's the worst time zone. They're like probably one of the best for watching tournaments. Honestly.
Right.
All right, so top 8.
Did you want me to read it, or do you want to read it?
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
So 7th place from Canada, CR Biohazard, Bane, Deadshot, and Harley Quinn. 7th place from Israel, Yamini, Green Arrow.
Nice.
5th place, Circa Forever King, Batman from the US. PXP, a Foxy Grandpa with Deadshot from the UK, also 5th place.
Mm-hmm.
4th place was Echo Fox Theo with Superman from the US. 3rd was Noble Dragon with Black Adam and Aquaman.
Evo Champion. Dragon.
Evo Champion, indeed. 2nd place was RNG White Boy, Scarecrow, also American, and then winner, also from the US, Echo Fox, Sonic Fox, almost entirely with Captain Cold.
Really?
Almost entirely. He played Resident just a couple of times.
Okay. Well, wow. Sonic Fox is no longer washed up. Hey! But,
So the variety is awesome in there. I mean, look at all those different characters. That's so many different characters. And then if you just go right outside of it, Belial from, if I recall correctly, Russia, with Catwoman. Then Doomsday with Cheetah. I don't recall where from. Nasser Tekken Master from Bahrain with Brainiac, Atrocitus, and Batman. And then Nivik with Supergirl. So I mean, there's so many different characters in the top 16. It was crazy.
I'm actually surprised. So Cien is a Cheetah player, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah, I haven't talked with him about why he picked the character. Yeah. Cheetah, like when I think of Cien, I think of somebody who has like awesome footsies into like really good offensive pressure. Cheetah is without footsies like entirely. like she has a sick hop that hops her from anywhere on screen, and she gets in there, and she bypasses footsies entirely. Yep. So I think she's a good character. I just don't know like why he picked her. It doesn't seem to fit with me, but whatever. I don't know.
I feel like he would have used a more like I don't want to call it a gimmicky character, but like a more complex character. You know, I don't know if Cheetah's considered complex or not.
I don't know. She's in the middle on that. I would say. It's not easy necessarily.
Okay.
So Biohazard was really happy because he has been getting outside of top 8. He's getting like 9th place.
Okay.
Very consistently. So cool for him. And then Yamini. This was Yamini's first tournament.
So great. See, I told you, if you want to win that NRS money, dude, get in there. Dang. Get in there.
And you know who he beat to make it out of pools? Was Slayer and Madsen.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Slayer and Madsen?
From North America and from Europe. Yep.
So Slayer and Madsen both did not make it out of their pools, in other words. One of them was eliminated in pools.
Correct. One of them was eliminated in
pools.
Oh,
man. Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. But, I mean, I'm also happy to see 5th place Foxy Grandpa, because I know he hasn't been doing that hot in the Injustice 2 so far, right?
That is true, yeah. It was definitely cool to see. And, he's definitely figured it out. he was kind of struggling. He played Catwoman, then he switched to Deadshot, and he was kind of picking it up. And now he's probably the best Deadshot, I guess.
Okay,
and
cool.
It fits him super well because he's never really played a zoner per se, but he's always had really good patience and footsies. And although Deadshot's not like a footsies character, you apply many of the same ideas to the kind of zoning that he has. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. It was really cool to see White Boy do as well as he did.
Yeah, because that's a repeat performance after CEO, right?
Yeah, of course he won CEO, but then at Evo, I think he got like 12th or something. He wasn't in top 8, but yeah. And then Sonic Fox with Captain Cold. Theo said that when he played Sonic Fox, he had grinded a few different matchups because Sonic Fox has been saying he switched to Black Canary, a few other characters.
Oh no, right.
And Theo was not expecting Captain Cold apparently. And I mean, just like nobody. I've seen Sonic Fox play Captain Cold when the game first came out. He was like experimenting.
Right.
And I saw him play it a few times. Like not since then. But he made that character actually look a little bit cheap.
I just think it's funny, like, he just totally, he bodied him, right? Because he was like, yeah, I'm using all these different characters. Captain Cold.
Yeah, that's right. And when Sonic Fox beat White Boy, it was Captain Cold versus Scarecrow. And there were sequences where Cold was in the corner.
Cold was in the corner and...
Cold was in the corner and had the freezing field in front of him, the trait freezing field.
Right.
So Scarecrow could not go past that. But while the freezing field is out, even though it's a trait move, already he can recharge his trait. So he's in the field, he's recharging his trait, and he throws out another field. And then he recharges the trait, and he throws out another field. And he just did this for like a long time. And you could see White Boy like trying to figure out like what am I supposed to be doing about? He like had no idea.
So wait, he couldn't actually like use any of his long moves to go through the freezing field or anything like that?
Like he could, but he would be blocking. Like Sonic Fox would block it and then go back to recharging. But he can't like White Boy as Scarecrow can't like go through the field because he's not fast enough and. Once you're in the field, you're really slow, and you'll get frozen eventually if you stay in there. It just seemed like super cheap, but I don't know. There's probably some solution to it.
Yeah, I know, because I was like, how have people not tried this before? You know?
well, in part, it's because that got better.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the big freezing trait thing now comes out and activates faster.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
So it is better. But
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm sure there's some solution, but who knows yet? And it was really cool to see that.
Nice. I like that. And I will say one thing, that every time I play Injustice 2, they really got their money's worth out of all freezing effects. Because I swear like 90 characters could put you in ice.
Yeah.
It's really funny. But in any case, alright, good stuff to those guys.
Yeah, anyway, it was a really good tournament. Really happy with the different regional and character variety. I feel like we've been saying that for all of Injustice so far. All the tournaments have been that way, and it continues to be.
Well, anything to note about the Mortal Kombat XL tournament that was over there? I can go over the top 8 if you'd like. I can't hear you right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so 7th place was H-Dope, and 7th place was also P&D Madzin. 5th place was Circa Forever King and Rogue Slayer. 4th, CR Biohazard. 3rd, PG Katana Prime. 2nd place, PXP, a Foxy Grandpa. And 1st place was Yuzu RZA.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much people are still playing the game, but it's cool that there still is a tournament for it.
Okay. Now, interestingly enough here, in both Injustice and in Tekken, there is a player listed as Eris Nivik.
Yeah.
Did Eris sponsor him out to this event?
No, I don't think that's related.
Oh, okay. It's just happened to be that way. Okay.
As far as I know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in 7th place for Tekken 7 was Ferdi and Sabre Dabre. 5th place was Eris Nevik and Mr. Croft. 4th place, Aisu Bimu. 3rd place, Nasser Tekken Master. 2nd place, Zaza. And 1st place, Makati. So, indeed, Tekken Master does play Tekken.
Indeed, he does. Yeah, so Nivik is from Greece, and I guess I just assumed that Eris is like a Greek team or something.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't know for sure.
Okay, and then Guilty Gear Rev 2 Fourth place was ZW Acharal. Third place, VDV Owner. Second place, GF Anbi. And first place, VDV King Rasta.
Cool. There you go.
That was Viennality. So do you want to jump to the next one here?
Go for it.
Fight Club, NRW. This was an event that took place in Cologne, Germany. And this included Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, King of Fighters, and Street Fighter V. There was definitely some people traveling from outside of the country because second tournament in a row for a winner. But let's go through the top 8 first. Seventh place was BX3 Phenom with Necalli and M. Bison, and Epsilon Keftaraz with Rashid. Fifth place was Shadow Kashima with Balrog, and Prophecy Akainu with Guile. Fourth place, Epsilon Takamura with Ken. Third place, Method Pax with Karin. Second place, Jawas everywhere, Panda Jawa with Akuma. And first place, HX CYG BST Daigo Umahara with Guile. So there you go. 2 ranking events in a row now for Guile, for Daigo.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Nobody should be surprised. I mean, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's one of those players that it definitely takes him a while to figure things out. And it took him a while to learn Evil Ryu. It took him a while to get a hold of even Ryu in Season 1. And now it's taken him a little bit to get a hold of Guile. And he's the kind of player who will go to tournaments and experiment. You know,
yes.
He won't try to win necessarily. He'll this tournament I will play all offense. This tournament I will play all defense. And he gathers data, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, and that's not an excuse. That's something that he has talked about as a strategy that he uses. So in his doing poorly, so I'm sure it's probably not the only reason, right? It's probably not just him experimenting. I'm sure there's something else going on, but you cannot be surprised that Daigo has figured it out and is doing stuff. So I think that's really cool. I'm also really happy for Jiwa though, because I feel like Jiwa travels a lot and rarely gets into grand finals. He's somebody obviously you take seriously. He's a threat, but he's rarely in the grand finals. So I think that's really cool for him.
Yeah, for sure. Hang on, I'm gonna refresh your face really quick because on my screen your frame rate is really bad. So I'm gonna try to refresh it over here. I can fix it. So continue.
You got it.
You're just choppy for some reason, but
and then
it's fine. But
I didn't actually watch, but I did see some GIFs, and I did see Takamura react to Daigo doing a Sonic Boom by doing a Fierce Dragon Punch with Ken, which was pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That was pretty impressive. But yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was funny because back in Chile, they were talking about last year the Never Give Up tournament that Tokido showed up to, right? And they actually said they're probably going to try to fly Smug out there, but it's not guaranteed just yet. But they flew Tokido out there, and sure enough, Jawa showed up there randomly too. That guy was going. Yeah, he was going everywhere. So
yeah, I think that's really really cool for him. Awesome for Pax though for getting up there in the top 3. I think that's really cool. He's a super strong player.
So what do you think about in terms of, Daigo winning 2 ranking events? Now, I have heard some criticisms that they aren't the big events, and stuff like that. But
well, yeah, I guess that's true. They are ranking. They're not premier. But no reason to think that the way...
Oh, hang on a second, David. The way
that he played doesn't seem like it is susceptible to having big problems. It's not like he randomed his way into winning 2 consecutive ranking events. So, obviously no guarantee that he's going to win upcoming premieres, but he comes into the next, coming events in a pretty strong position. I think.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So I'll be really excited to see what Daigo does at some future tournaments.
Yeah, man, definitely.
All right. Well, even though they said there were all those other tournaments there, I don't have the results for any of them except for Street Fighter V, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's because it's the only game that matters. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Do you want to just move on to the next event, or do you want to look for the...
Yeah, go for it.
Just move on to the next one? Okay, so let's talk about Fight in Rio Revenge. This was a tournament that took place in Rio. It was also part of the Injustice 2 Pro Series for Latin America. It had Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2. It had Karnov's Revenge.
What?
It had Karnov's Revenge.
Karnov's, huh?
Yeah, I don't have results for it, but apparently it was played over there. So.
Alright, that I do need to look up.
Oh, man. Okay, so 7th place in Street Fighter V was Umbrella Dark with Urian. 7th place was N3T, which I'm assuming is Net. Cabello 3000 with Fang. 5th place was AAG Didimo KOF with Dalsum, as well as Umbrella HK Dash with M. Bison. 4th place SHK Ludo with Akuma. 3rd place Keoma with Karin. 2nd place AAG Shingolex with Balrog. And 1st place Flipsides Brolinho with Nakali. There you go.
There you go.
King of Fighters 14, 4th place was Mono KOF with Kula Leona Athena, KMR Do with Verse Rock and Muemue. 2nd place was Heloisa with Benimaru, Leona Iori, and Mai Beni Leona. And 1st place was CDA Clever Yagami with Benimaru, Kyo, and Iori.
Okay.
Guilty Gear Rev 2, 4th place, Fabino Slayer with May and Slayer, Sod, or SOAD with Baiken, Zaz with Bedman, nice, and 1st place, Trema with Answer. Ooh, Answer, nice, winning a tournament with Answer. Okay, Tekken 7, 4th place, PDM Felipe Ling with Xiaoyu, 3rd place, Rulin with Huarang, 2nd place, NDT X Triplox, or X Triplo X, might be one of those. Katarina and Leo, or Leo, I should say, and PDM Leo X, or Leo Zavez with Eliza and Master Raven.
Alrighty.
Oh, someone in the chat posted the Karnov results.
I got the Karnov results too, man.
Nice.
I did the research. Oh, yeah, because we're using the same secondary source, so we're doing. 4th place is FGCRJ DSK with Zazie, Mizuguchi, and Ray.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
All right. 3rd place, more importantly, Net Kupao with Marsorius. Yes, the big man. The Mars. Double German. Ryoko and Jean. And then 2nd place, Mono KOF with Ray. Winner, SOA Zeus B with Lee, Ray, and the super cheap Karnov himself.
Is Karnov super cheap in that game?
I don't know, man. Is it cheap to have an invincible, cancelable air special move that you can combo out of? That sound like a cheap move?
How is he not banned from tournaments?
Pretty cheap, man. It's pretty cheap.
Oh, man. Okay. Cool. That was Fight in Rio.
Baloo. Yeah, it's definitely cheap.
I mean, it was called Fight in Rio Revenge. I wonder if they put it in there just because it was Karnov's Revenge.
And then Injustice, let's see, top 8 was KKA EWT 3000 with Robin, Batman, and Red Hood. 7th place, BNO Scorpion with Green Arrow. 5th place is AAG Bui.
Oh, hang on a second. We lost that last one. Bui something.
Buyu with
Okay.
Gorilla Grodd and Superman.
Okay.
5th, also KKA Vinny with The Flash. 4th place, KKA Rodrigo Zero with Wonder Woman and Superman. 3rd place was Miura with Wonder Woman. 2nd place was Vertex Killer Shinnok with The Flash and Aquaman. And then winner was Mr. Bruno with Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Apparently a very popular character at this tournament.
Okay. I mean, I always forget how similar was Wonder Woman between Injustice 1 and 2. She was like one of the characters. She was the one character like changed the most between them, right?
Yeah, she might have been. Yeah, she was very, very different. For
Right,
sure.
because she had like stances in the first game and everything like that, and that's not there anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she just has a trait that powers up different things. So yeah, definitely different.
Okay.
Yeah, so in Karnos, it's definitely true that a lot of characters are cheap. It is definitely a cheap game, but it's really fun and it's got some really interesting ideas.
Okay. Cool.
I like Karnos Revenge a lot.
I've never played it really, to be honest.
Oh,
with you,
for real?
so,
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, one of these days we should just like grab all these games on like Fightcade or MAME and just like mess with it or something like that, just for fun.
I think that sounds cool.
All right. Well, I also have the Capcom Pro Tour Online North America Event 3 results.
Okay.
And, 7th place was CYG BST PR Balrog with Balrog.
Dang.
7th place was Happy Medicine. There's no character listed, but we can just assume M. Bison.
Yeah.
5th place was XSK Samurai with Akuma. 5th place, Tempo Alex Myers with Cammy. 4th, Noble Vagabond with Nikali. 3rd place, A4 Jivo with Karin, Cammy, and Laura.
Yeah.
2nd place, Silver Urban Flow with Karin. And 1st place, 801 Strider with Laura.
Nice work.
There you go. So, how much do you know about Urban Flow and Jivo?
Here's a funny story. I know almost nothing about Urban Flow, although I know that he's done well at a few online tournaments now. But I played both Strider and Jivo, I guess, just ranked like that day. I remember playing them.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, I mean, I know Strider, so like I knew him, and I remember thinking like.
Wait, hang on a second. I remember thinking like.
He and I had talked about Abigail beforehand, and I remember thinking that like Abigail would probably do fine, but it was like this. It was like they're both Laura. Like neither one can deal with the other one's pressure, and then if the other one gets in on you, then you're dead. So it's like they're super swing heavy. And when we played, it definitely went like that. It was definitely like that. And I also played this dude Jibo, and like I remember him because we had a really tight set, and then now I see that they're both top 3 in the CPT online, and I was like thinking to myself, I should have entered that thing.
You're like, damn it, I could have got some CPT points, man.
Oh man, yeah, like at least 1 point, you know. I mean, you know. Anyway.
All right, cool. I'm adding another window of view because this one is better resolution.
Yeah, so I heard the same thing, that Happy Medicine did not check in for the top 8 and so was disqualified into elimination.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, got it. Okay.
No, I'm not a top player. I'm just riding the super cheap Abigail. That's all.
Dude, Abigail.
I legit think he's cheap, James. You know.
Yeah, I know.
I do.
I know there's some people who think he's like not good at all, but whatever. We'll see what happens as time moves on. But okay, that's the top 8 there for that CPT online. Before let's just finish all the Street Fighter stuff. U League, which I believe took place either in Taiwan or China. I'm not sure. But in any case, it's interesting because the results that I have listed here are 1 through 7, and there's no ties. So I don't know if this is a single. Oops, hang on, I blocked David. There we go. Is that going to be okay? Yes. Why did you do that? No, stop, you stupid docking on the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, but they don't have any ties on this one, so I'm not sure exactly how this worked. I'm not exactly sure, like, whoa, that makes it, well, that's weird. It actually disappears if I scroll it off the screen. Whoa, that's weird. Okay. What in the God's name is going on? There's some funkiness going on over here. I'm just trying to...
I don't know, man. I'm just hanging out.
I'm just trying to make it so I can see both the chat and your Skype and the results at the same time. Okay, here we go. 7th place was Taiwan Daimon. 6th place was Terry5695. This is their official Twitters that they have listed here, by the way. 5th place was Tzu4. 4th place was Wang Wei Li, which is, God, which one? Who's he? Is that Oil King or, oh no, it's just Panda Wei Li. Okay, so it's Wei Li. 3rd place was Cola3212. 2nd place, Tokido. And 1st place was Xiaohai.
Okay, got it.
So there you go. Oh, Jesus, stop doing this craziness. Okay. All right, you know what? Screw this. I'm done with that. Okay, so there you go. I sound like Parappa when I mess up. That's awesome. Hey, David, we're going to... Ooh. Do you know what... Ooh. Anyways, I don't if you've played Parappa the Rappa or not, so...
Not in 20 years.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, David is gone again, so let's do this. Tekken World Tour Korea Master results. Let's check this out over here.
Let's do it.
This one was a pretty hefty tournament here because this was in Korea, and Korea has some of the best. So according to GTO Kira, Tokido was up 3-1, but Xiaohai came back to win 5-3.
Sick.
He was also down 1-4 against Xiaobao, but still came back to win 5-4. So there you go. But the Tekken tournament was nuts because I heard it was a bloodbath. Like, Nee didn't even make it out of pools, if I heard. And he had just come from winning Manila Cup. Oh, not Manila Cup. He won a tournament recently, and then, now he's not even in top 16 here. So it was a bloodbath, a lot of crazy results. But 7th place went to Shine with Lily, as well as Lily Man with Lily.
All right.
5th place was Tsubumi with Shaheen, and Yamasa Take with Kasumi and Brian. 4th place was Cherry Berry Mango with Jin. 3rd place, Echo Fox Saint with Jack 7. 2nd place, also Echo Fox, JDCR with Dragunov and Heihachi. 1st place, Noroma with Jack 7 and Fang.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Noroma. So there you go. But yeah, again, they're also, John Ding, who also did really well at Evo, drowned in pools as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the times there are different people in top 8, with the exception of JDCR and Saint, who seem like they're always in everyone.
Right.
But the other people around them seem like they change pretty frequently.
Yeah, and once again, a lot of people have used that as criticism for Street Fighter V, like, oh, the results are inconsistent, so it's a bad game. I mean, no one's saying that about Tekken, and I, for one, think it's better when the results are inconsistent. I actually think it's better because that just means there are more good players and lots of playstyles are winning. So
yeah, like assuming that the game isn't just simple and dumb, but obviously it's not.
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting. I see here. I mean, GTO Akira posted a link in the chat, something about the Korean community being angry at Namco for not providing enough support for tournaments and stuff like that. But I don't know if this has anything to do with that particular event or anything like that. They're saying that TWT Korea was held in poor support from Namco.
Yeah, they only gave money. They only gave prize money.
Oh,
no other kind of support.
Oh, and they did it all in one day. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much. I can't comment on it because I don't know anything about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Just what I'm reading right now. Yeah. I mean, everybody, read the post, but I don't have any more information on it, so I'd be hesitant to.
Yeah, I don't want to comment on it until I get more official conversations from because I know Markman and Tasty Steve were out there, right? So Tasty Steve was doing commentary out there. So, they had to use TVs with a lot of input delay, etc., etc. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but still really crazy tournament, and hopefully that won't happen again in the future. So hopefully things will improve. But that's all I have for tournament results.
Alrighty.
So there you go. So do you want to do a break, and then when we come back, you can talk a little bit about Starfire, and then we'll talk about this MvCI video?
That sounds like a plan, man.
All right, cool. We'll be right back, guys. Oh, email Eris because he's one of the sponsors, right? He's Eris. Yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll be right back. As soon as we go to break. Oh. Dude, that sounded really satisfying.
Yeah, was it, James?
That sounded really satisfying, so yeah.
You mean the burp you just did?
No, you were on screen when it happened, so...
What's that? I tried to be off screen. I see the stream replay now. That's true. I was trying to do it off stream.
Oh man!
I thought we were already on break, man.
No, not yet. All right, going to break now.
You gotta let me know.
Okay. All right, we're back. And it's Ajax. Lift him up higher.
Well, he's basically asleep, but all right.
Oh, he's asleep? Oh my God, he really is just asleep. See, that's like me right now. I'm lifting up my Hobbs right now, so we're matching at this point in time. So there we go. Oh,
I'm burping him like a little baby.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you guys right now, Ajax is like the cuddliest cat ever. I swear. The guy is.
He's definitely buzzing right now. He's purring up a little storm. All right. So, NRS just released Starfire. She's the newest character for Injustice 2.
That's correct.
And I had a chance to play her.
Yeah, I saw you were playing her right before we came on, actually. So
I was. I mean, since I had to be here, I might as well just play. So, all right, dude. All right, cool. So anyway, so she was described on the Watchtower stream as being like a simple character. They said that she's one of the characters that they designed for people who are trying to like get into it without like really like kind of like trying to spend a ton of time figuring stuff out.
Right.
So sure enough, she only has like a few strings.
Oh.
She has like 4 or 5 strings total.
Okay. Okay.
And her moves are like very obvious about what you're supposed to do. So she seems like a zoner. All right.
Hang on a second, David. She seems like a zoner.
Right. So she seems like a zoner, and many of the characters who have come out who seemed like zoners at first don't, in practice, play like zoners. They aren't actually zoning. But it seems like she probably will, because she has fast fireballs. She has like a kind of exploding little dazzler that she has to place at certain spots on the screen. Her trait is a fireball. Her trait is a beam, actually.
Oh, okay.
So you can cancel not just normals into the trait, but also special moves.
Hang on a second, David. People said my mic is in robot mode. Let me do something really quick. That usually fixes it. Okay, let's try again. All right,
cool. So she can like throw a fireball and then cancel that into her trait beam, right?
Oh, hang on a second. Okay, continue.
So she cuts off the screen really fast. She seems like really big damage with like minimal combos. Like I spent a minute and I found a combo that's just like basic back 3 into yada yada yada. That was like 400 damage.
Nice.
Meterless. So she seems just like an effective zoner that has good combos. Doesn't really have mix-up. She's not like an overhead low character. Her footsies seem okay, but probably not great. So yeah, like super obvious zoning damage character.
I saw in a video. I think that you might have been the one that retweeted it, but that a Starfire can like. It looks like she can actually Tiger Knee that beam.
It's not Tiger. It's not a Tiger Knee. It's because it's the trait. You just do jump trait.
Oh, okay. Now
it's like super easy to do.
What makes it better doing that than just doing it on the ground? Is it less delay because she falls and lands?
It doesn't really seem like it, but it does mean that like she has an air fireball too, so you can like throw the air fireball then do trait in the air.
Okay.
So she just has a bunch of ways to zone at the same time. And so I briefly played my friend Playing to Win, who's a super zoning heavy player. He always he played Dhalsim, he played Deadshot, played Sinestro. And now he's really likes how Starfire is shaping up.
Okay.
So he and I played briefly, and it definitely seems like it might be tough for characters to get in on her.
Okay.
She has really good anti-air, really good zoning, and really good damage if she finds a hit. So it seemed like they.
Oops, hang on. It seems like they.
It seems like they lived up to making it so that she was not a terribly difficult character to use.
Okay.
But without being overpowered.
Right. Okay, cool. Nice. So, I mean, do you think she looks fun to play, or do you think she's just very straightforward? I see some people in the chat saying that they felt like she's kind of boring and stuff, so...
Yeah, if you just want to zone, then she's probably not going to interest you, but if you do like to zone, then she does seem like an interesting character.
Okay.
Even though she is a simple character, still you have to kind of call out... It's like any zoning. You have to call out where they're going to be and when they're going to do stuff and look for anti-airs. It's,
Right. Okay.
Zoning requires a lot of decision making, so I think it is going to be cool.
Okay. Cool. Nice. All right. Anything else that you want to say about Starfire?
She does have some actually pretty cool looking combos.
Okay.
Like you were talking about how you really like her like.
Oh, the big giant spinning blade thing, basically.
Spinning blade thing, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She has a lot of normals and specials that make use of those kind of like projectile-looking blades.
Okay.
And she does have some cool-looking combos that make use of that sort of stuff. Like you can, since you can cancel any special move into the trait beam, you can do like big combo into ending it with the propeller blade thing, and then cancel that into a trait beam in the air to finish it. And it's kind of cool.
Okay. Nice. I like that. Okay. Well, let's move on and let's talk about this leaked MvCI video.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Let's talk about this video. And man, Capcom, what is going on with you guys?
Look, the number of unforced errors is just it's hard to explain, right? Like how consistently things have been screwed up for Capcom, and I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I mean, someone in the chat asked what leaked the video. Literally, it was on YouTube, and they forgot to make it private or unlisted.
Yeah, like it was on their channel.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously an internal video, and for those people who haven't seen the video, it was an internal video describing, it was proposing a plan on how to tackle Marvel esports, the esports side of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for this year and for the coming next year for like Capcom Pro Tour and stuff like that. So
right. So it's basically about inserting it into the Capcom Pro Tour using existing Street Fighter V infrastructure and doing much the same thing of having prize money and getting commentators and broadcast teams involved, and they did say that they would have the qualifiers be online with the exception of one tournament.
It was like 14 online spots and then one extra tournament and then one last chance qualifier at Capcom Cup, right?
Right. So, two thoughts about that. One is that, I don't know. But then the other one is, maybe they have enough confidence in the online play that they're willing to do that.
That's what I'm hoping for. Obviously,
that is, if you're the optimist, you see that and you think, hey, all right, online play is going to be good. But if you're the pessimist, you think, wow, really?
Yeah, because
so
Marvel...
I don't know. We'll see.
Marvel
Hopefully
has not been good online in the past, so...
Yeah, I mean, even games that do have good online play are still a little janky when it comes to putting that much on the line on online play. Like, there are still sometimes you have disconnects. Still sometimes, if you're on the other side of the world, you're still going to have funky ping situations. Like, it's not going to be perfect. So I don't know.
And then man, I mean, it's not even just for this event too, but MvCI had just better have good net code, because if it doesn't have good net code, I mean, I think that could be a massive nail in the coffin for that game, to be honest, especially with the general public perception and general sentiment for that game right now. So. But yeah, did they say that the 14 spots are going to be in online tournaments, or is it going to be the top 14 ranked players or something like that? I'm not sure.
I don't remember if it was specific on that. I think it just said 14 qualifiers.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be curious to see how that goes. I mean, one thing that I've seen as a sentiment, and yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be...
Did it say online leaderboard?
Online leaderboard, huh? Oh, Jesus, okay.
I hope that's not accurate, but I don't know.
Oh, boy. But one thing, though, I've seen a lot of people complain about were like, why would you even try to set up a league for a game that's unproven already? Like, you're trying to shove it down everyone's throats. You're trying to force the esports on it. I mean, is anybody surprised by that? Like,
yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, people are going to want to play the game in tournaments.
Right.
And, like, maybe... it could end up that the game sucks. I don't know. It seems like probably not, but maybe it's going to be boring to play.
Right.
Or it's too broken or too cheap, whatever. But definitely when the game comes out, people are going to be playing it.
Right.
And then, I don't know if it's going to get like giant sales, but that's a different story. Right? The competitive fighting game playing scene is going to be playing the game.
Right,
for sure.
Right.
For sure.
And then plus another thing too is even before Injustice 2 came out, they announced the Injustice 2 Pro League, right?
Yeah.
And everyone saw that and was like, oh, yeah, makes sense. And so I don't even know why that's even something that anybody's bringing up. It's confusing to me. So, I don't know. I'm confused about that. Yeah.
Tool Assisted will make 14 bots. Oh, man, that's funny.
I'm pretty sure Tool Assisted is going to get all the top spots with Echo, Jay Wong. He's going to get there with Echo Tokido.
I actually just played against the bot recently.
Oh, did you? Oh,
nice. It was
a
different name than before, but it was definitely the bot. There was no mistaking. So anyway, it talked about it being publicized and televised, although without details, and talked about trying to raise $600,000 and so forth. But I mean, look, it's clearly an internal video
for a proposal,
and so, the audience is not supposed to be us. It's supposed to be it seemed like probably Marvel and Capcom Japan.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the video, it talked about what the expected cuts would be for those two parties.
Well, hang on a second, David. You said cuts for those two parties and
that's how it looks to create a video like that. You come up with ideas, you pitch them, and maybe they're the end result, maybe not. Like, the other parties have to agree to them, and so you have a little negotiating process.
Right,
so
exactly.
I mean, you know, the stuff that's in the videos, it's not in the video. That's not something that you can take as gospel. Or
That's not like exactly how it's going to happen. That's
of course,
a proposal, and you also have to remember too is that for most situations, proposals are always kind of like, I don't want to call like it's like when people ask you how much you want to get paid for a job. You always go a little high because then the negotiations will go low.
Indeed.
You know, so obviously a lot of those numbers are not set in stone. And again, I don't know, I watched the video and I was just more like, man, Capcom, how come you cannot keep anything under wraps more than anything else? You know, nothing in the video shocked me or surprised me. And I feel like at this point, people who are yelling about a lot of things, the content of the video, I mean, some things that maybe you might want to be mad about, but I feel like a lot of people are honestly trying to make things up. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just being too optimistic. Maybe I am a shill. I don't know. But, you know, like,
unknowing shill.
I just didn't know it was, like, I just didn't see it and was like, what? How dare they? You know, like, nothing struck me as that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think I felt the same way. I wasn't terribly surprised, other than the fact that it's public. Right, that's surprising.
So someone actually, people on the chat are all saying that it wasn't even Capcom's fault. It was, well, I mean, John D works for Capcom, so it was uploaded to his YouTube, so...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly who did it, obviously, but yeah,
but that counts as Capcom anyway, so
right.
He kind of works
so,
in it, so...
The fact that it's public is a surprise, of course, but the things that were in it were not terribly surprising. Like, they're not using astronomical numbers, and they're not...
Oops, hang on a second, they're not astronomical numbers, and...
They're not astronomical or super small. They're in, like, kind of the range of numbers that seems like what I would expect. It's... Like, it wasn't anything wild. And the fact that they're trying to make it happen, they're trying to make these proposals happen before the game comes out, seems like very much what they should be doing to me. And because that certainly, like, again, this doesn't mean that they're going to have this esports thing, like, immediately. But it does mean that they're considering it internally, which they should be.
Right.
They should be planning for that. Like, again, maybe the game comes out and everybody hates it and it sucks and nobody plays it and again it dies. So if that happens, then maybe they don't announce this, right? Maybe they don't announce having the thing being Capcom Cup.
Right.
That's probably not going to happen. Again, I don't know how well it's going to sell, but I do think that people in the FGC are going to be playing the game competitively. Yeah. So I think that they have to plan for that in advance.
And, you know, people in the chat are just talking about how, you know, like, the game is going to sell regardless, and it's still going to sell of quality.
I hope so.
I mean, like, I don't even know if that's the case, because Amazon had it on sale for pretty low numbers recently. Yeah,
I'm not convinced either. I mean, I guess I hope it does, but I'm not convinced either. So.
Right, exactly.
But I do definitely think that people in the FGC who like to play competitive games will be playing it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, and I don't see why not, and, like, it's telling that everybody who has had time to play with the game is, like, hooked on it. You know what I mean? Like, they're really, really obsessed with the game and stuff like that, so...
Yeah, but it definitely is a bummer that the video came out. Like I said, I just feel like there have been so many unforced errors for Capcom. It's just, like, there's so many things. Everybody wants them to do well, right? Everybody would like Street Fighter to be awesome and to be a complete package. Everybody would like the same thing for Marvel Infinite. Nobody's out there like hoping that the games die.
Some of them, there's a few small contingent, yes. But
even those people, I feel like in their heart of hearts, would just rather that the games be good.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I don't know.
The thing is, I will say, a lot of the people who want the games to die, they want them to die because they say that will make Street Fighter 6 and the next Marvel game better. Yeah, and that you know, again,
we also want good games to play.
Right.
But obviously, there have been lots of things standing in between us and that happening. With SF5, it was that way before the game came out, and when it has been out, there have been problems. Obviously, everybody knows it.
Right.
And with Marvel Infinite, it seems like it's shaping it the same way. And I don't know when they're going to get it together. And it's not just the development side. It's the PR side. I mean, it's like all the things.
Right.
I don't know what to say about that. I hope that they figure it out.
Yeah, and I hope they just figure out a way to keep all this stuff from happening because, man, there's been so many leaks. You saw, like, all the stuff that was data mined out of Street Fighter V recently, right? On the PC version.
Actually, no.
Oh, you haven't seen that yet? There was an article out there that had someone data mined it and found a fully functioning arcade mode in the game. Like, all these, like, other extra modes that are coming, like rumors of potentially, like, 2 V triggers, 2 V skills, and, like, 2 supers or weird things like that. Like, all these things that are, like, getting set up in the game. Like, these Shadow Falls mode where you can, like, fight the dolls and, like, other weird things like that. So, like, that sounds
I gotta
like...
tell you, man, that is a huge bummer.
Yeah, I know. Like, they cannot seem to hide anything, because if that comes out at Capcom, they're like, surprise! Everyone's just gonna be like... Right, so...
It's a bummer for that, but it's also a bummer that it hasn't happened before, and that they haven't announced it, and, like, at least we should expect it, and
right.
I don't know. I just feel like the whole thing is not...
Someone's saying that that the person who revealed the rumors is potentially a fraud as well. So there you go.
Okay.
So maybe there's no credence to it. So
well, I mean, obviously, I want an arcade mode. That's not what I'm
right
saying is disappointing. I hope that part is true.
Right. Yeah, so a lot of people are saying that the person ex-Kira who revealed it tends to exaggerate and stuff like that. So
okay,
there you go.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, I don't know what to say about Capcom in general. I hope that they figure it out. Hope that they get it together.
Yeah, and honestly, I really do hope that I want. It's like I said, I want all these games to be successful.
Of course.
Even
of
like
course.
We've been talking about Fantasy Strike. I've been talking about this Omen of Sorrow game from Chile.
Right.
All these games, they all have these great ideas. And in fact, Core A Gaming just released a video that was just basically praising Fantasy Strike completely. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So a lot of potential in a lot of these different games. I really liked what Serlin said in that video. That he's trying to find something in between dive kick and everything else. I think that is definitely a space that has no occupants,
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Six Saw, people do want arcade mode. It might be that you don't. I don't care about it either, personally. But I know that a lot of people do. A lot of people like to play against CPU in arcade mode. And it's also an expectation. It's like you go into a fighting game expecting that to be part of the package.
Right.
Because it's never not been. Until now. So.
Yeah, and
I don't know, man. I would like to stop talking about this kind of thing. I would like to stop having the conversation of, I think this game's gameplay is pretty cool. Everything else about it,
right?
I would like to stop having that conversation.
Yeah.
And it just seems like we have to keep talking about that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell everybody too that why do people want arcade mode? I'll tell you exactly why people want arcade mode. It's my older brother, for example. He grew up playing fighting games. He loves Street Fighter 2. In fact, at the first UCLA tournament, he was second place, and he was winning tournaments back then. I used to play with him all the time. He was my main training partner. He was super good. We played all the way through Alpha 3, CVS 1, CVS 2, all that stuff. His favorite hobby right now is movies. He has 2 kids. He has a family right now. He's got his day job. Fighting games are just not something that he can spend time in. But he still wants to play them. So when Street Fighter 4 was out, he bought every version of it and just beat the arcade mode with every character to get everybody's endings, because it was a way to play a video game and actually have a goal, to beat the game, but still have fun playing the game, and he has no interest going online to play people. Like, he just doesn't have time to dedicate to that. So
no, it's the same way for my middle brother.
Mm-hmm.
He does the same thing. He in Street Fighter 4 and for other games, he buys them and he plays arcade, and maybe he plays online a little bit, but nothing serious. He's not trying to get like great at it or anything. He's just having fun.
Right.
So when SF5 came out, he I actually don't recall if he ended up buying it, but I remember having a conversation with him about it, and he asked me like, "So, like, it has all the things, right?" Like normal, like just like not even like, does it have all the things? It's more like it has the thing,
right?
And I had to be like, I don't think so, man. Doesn't seem
I mean,
like it.
I literally had to tell my brother, don't buy the game. Like, I have, like, as much as people have called me a shill or whatever, I have told my brother and a couple of my other friends who I know don't take fighting games that seriously, I was like, don't buy the game, because you will have nothing to do in it. You know, so I'm like, if Capcom's listening, they're going to be like, man, James, you're hurting our sales. And sure enough, I literally have caused maybe like 4 or 5 or 6 people to not buy the game because I literally told them not to.
What an agenda.
Yeah, I know, right? But if they had arcade mode, I would have been like, do it, you know, because it has what it is that you want in there. So,
of course.
I don't know. So, like, I mean, that's as much of a Capcom shill as I am, you know, like, take that. So.
Well, the whole thing is a bummer. I just, one of these years, I can't say for sure we're going to stop talking about this. One of these years, I hope that we're going to be able to stop talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about those rumors is because deeply secretly in my heart, deep within my heart, I want it to be true so badly. I want it to be true so badly that all that stuff is there, so.
Sure.
Yep.
All right.
All right, Rift Tripper, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, it sure is. You're done.
I'm going to be left behind, man.
Hope for that Arxis money.
Shoot.
I'm
screwed. No, just kidding.
Sixsaw says, why not demand an actual good single-player experience rather than the epitome of laziness that is arcade mode? Well, I'm with that. Like, for example, I really like what NRS did with MKX and now Injustice, too, of having you know, big...
Having big... Go.
Having big.
Having big. It is strong and big. Good. What's that? Go ahead.
Having big towers, you know, that change regularly of
player
mode, right? And then now in Injustice 2 having the multiverse that changes regularly, and it's basically like towers still, but like, you know, there's like slight story mode aspects to them. There's like a little bit of a spiel,
right.
And then you have to go play against CPU characters that have like different modifications and stuff. And yeah, that's great for sure. But at a minimum, there should be an arcade mode.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like Alpha 3 World Tour mode. If you could put that in there, that would be great. Like, my ideas for Street Fighter a long time ago was, like, even, like, platforming games. Like, that play like Street Fighter, but you're literally running a platform game. You know, stuff like that, just to get you used to movement and things like that. 'Cause that's the hardest thing about Street Fighter, is that they don't teach you movement in fighting games. And that's, like, one of the most important things. If you give someone a platform game that plays like a fighting game, then you will understand that movement, and you'll try to understand of trying to get into range of things and stuff like that. So, yeah, Mythology Sub-Zero. I mean, like it sounds silly, but honestly, like, I feel like it's kind of valuable. Very much like Break the Targets in Smash Brothers that I've talked about a million times. So
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else to talk about on this subject?
Nah, that's it. That's all I have. So, again, cool. I don't think, just to sum up TLDR, I don't think anything in the content of it is crazy. It's obviously meant to be an internal video. It's how could you not expect them to have this kind of proposal? And finally, I
do though think it's hilarious that the hot dog John Nitty was on the footage.
Was he? I missed him.
The hot dog was right there in the middle of the screen. And it was hilarious. I laughed out loud.
Nice.
And that's like so bizarre. But if people don't know him, he's I think mostly an NRS player now. Although in the past he's not been, but I think now he is.
He made top.
It was hilarious.
He made top 8.
He goes to every event dressed up in a hot dog costume. Right? He doesn't wear it in his day-to-day life. He's not like some super weirdo. And you know what I mean.
But he got top 8 at a recent tournament, I remember.
He's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. But he does go to every tournament dressed up like a hot dog.
Right. And of course, I, in that video, announced Infiltration as the first official winner of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. At least that's what it made it sound like I was implying, so I thought that was
sure
funny.
Did. Anyway.
Let's just get into this fighting game news. I've just got little bits of fighting game news here and there. I have lost David again. Let me pull this out over here. There we go. I'm not actually. You know what? I could probably do this in. Oh no! Now David is gigantic. Okay, never mind. There we go. All right, let's do this. So here we go. A couple of things for events that are coming up. Registration is now open for Manila Cup. Manila Cup is going to be September 8th through 10th, so that's a month from now. That registration is open. There's going to be Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat XL, KOF 14, Injustice 2, Guilty Gear Rev 2, Blaze Blue Central Fiction, Smash Brothers for Wii U, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So, oh yeah, that's right. They also announced that Injustice Ranked is going to be sets now, right?
Yes, they did. It's going to be 3 out of 5, not even 2 out of 3.
Wow, okay. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy about it. I don't know if that's going to make me less salty, but I think it might help. I think it might actually help. So.
I think it will. And if nothing else, even if you're still losing every time, you will learn more.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, very, very true. So, but yes, Manila Cup, open up, registration's open. So if you want to go there, I mean, look. A lot of the FGC has gone to the Philippines recently. They've all had nothing but great things to say about it. So check that out. Southeast Asia Majors. Big event. Every year,
yes.
Always a very, very big event. It's announced that it's returning to Singapore from October 14th through 15th. It will be a premier spot for Capcom Cup and Tekken World Tour Finals at the end of this year. They also they're going to have Windjammers there? There's a Windjammers Asia Championships taking place there? What? Oh, actually, Southeast Asia Major is hosting the Asia Regional Finals for the Capcom Pro Tour. So it's like the Red Bull Battlegrounds, basically.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there you go. But there, because the SRK article literally says, don't worry if you're not a Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, or Windjammers player. You know, there will also be Rev 2, Blaze Blue Central Fiction, and MvCI there as well. So there will probably be a last-second spot tournament there to go into that Asia final. So that is going to be October 14th through 15th. October is going to be a busy month. Very, very busy month. All right, what else do I have here? I have Evo. They did a little update. I don't know if you saw on their rules about coaching, and they're shortening the breaks between rounds, and they're saying that they're enacting a stage trespassing rule. I guess it was stuff that happened in the Smash tournament, the Melee tournament, that people got mad at, I think kind of caused these rules. But of course, the Melee players are not happy with the results and not happy with the rule change. They think it's too late, etc., etc. In other words, they're being, par for the course.
Dang.
London Revolution 2017. London's Revolution.
What about the stick thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh no! I wasn't talking about the stick
box.
thing. The box thing. No, that one is also a crazy rule too. That's a crazy ruling to not allow the box, because obviously the Smash box was the hitbox thing, and that didn't happen. So, but yeah, that they ruled basically that the I guess the official Melee governing body, I don't know, is that what it was? Ruled that the box is going to be banned from tournaments now, that you can only use GameCube controllers.
Yeah, I think it's more of like an affirmative. You can only use GameCube.
Right. Oh, wait, hang on a second, David. You said you can only use GameCube controllers. Okay. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that doesn't sound right to me. I'm not a Melee player. I don't like it. Clearly, they have something with GameCube controllers.
But they even mod their GameCube controllers. Like, people will mod them so that, like, there's little stops so that you can know how to shield drop a little bit easier and stuff like that.
I thought about going through the whole process of photoshopping a GameCube controller to have, like, a joystick stuck into one, side of it, and then to just have, like, a modification of the rest of it that's like a square and there's, joystick buttons on it. But I didn't want to put the time in. So.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you could make a reasonable lawyerly argument. I just don't know that is what matters.
Right.
I don't know, but it seems like the scene just has something about the controller that they like, and it's important in its purity and whatnot. So.
They were even like trying to put caveat into the rule, like you can only use the box if you have a medical note, like a doctor's note written that your hands are carpal tunneled from controllers.
Like it sounds to me like when that one golfer a while back had an issue where he could not walk, but he could play golf, but he couldn't walk, so he had to take a golf cart from shot to shot.
Okay.
And the PGA said, no, you can't do that. Walking is an important part of golf. And that we can't change the rules for you. And he took it to the court.
Right. Wait, hang on a second, David. You said he took it to the court?
He took it to the courts and he won. But it was like super absurd that walking is an important part of golf? Like you already take golf carts from one hole to another. Why does it matter if it's from one shot to another? Like, it was just, like, so stupid. So I feel like that, to me, as an outsider, that's what this sounds like.
Yeah,
and they don't want people to, like, to walk, or to take the golf cart. They want them to walk, because that is an important part of Melee.
I mean, here's the other thing, too.
Man. Like I said, whatever.
Here's the other thing, too, is you clearly want to use the box to prevent injuries. If you have a doctor's note, it's already too late. You don't want people to suffer these injuries. Do you understand? This is a preventative measure. Anyways, okay. All right. London's Revolution 2017 will host the European qualifiers for Arc Revo Cup 2017. So, upcoming on the weekend of October 21st. I'm sorry, that's where Arc Revo Cup is taking place. But there is this Europe event here is, let me see, if they have a date here. London's Revolution 2017 is on October 6th through 8th. But Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue winners will qualify for the Arc Revo Cup in Japan, in Toshinsai, which is taking place on October 21st. So there you go. Let's see, what else do I have here for events? We already saw the Injustice Watchtower thing. I think that's all I have for events. Let's just talk about gaming news here. They did announce that King of Fighters 2000 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So Nintendo Switch has all the old Neo Geo games on there already. So
2000?
Yeah, so KOF 2000 is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Are the other games already on there?
A couple of other ones are all there already.
I mean, KOF games.
KOF games, yeah. There's a couple of them on there already. Like, I think 98 is there already.
Oh, okay. All right.
And stuff like that. I haven't got them yet, and I really wanted to. Jet, Tidus' father from Final Fantasy X, has joined the Final Fantasy Dissidia roster. So he is going to be a new playable character for that game when it comes out.
Okay.
Did you see all those combo videos that Razorburn put out for Mega Man X in the demo?
A little bit of it.
Those things were sick, actually.
They were.
It was really cool. So if you haven't had a chance, check out Razorburn's YouTube channel. It's going to be really hard to it's like RYZYBYYR. Yeah. You know what? Just go to Olaf Redland's Twitter, and he definitely retweeted it. So
yeah, that's true.
Go. It's the best way to do that there. This one I actually wanted to talk to you about, being the lawyer and everything like that.
Yeah.
But recently, a couple of people who did mods for the Street Fighter V on PC, they would take requests from people, and they had a Patreon. And apparently... what's up?
Go on.
Yeah, so basically, apparently Capcom got word of these Patreons and gave them a cease and desist. So they're still making the costumes, but now they can't do a Patreon anymore.
Man, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
That sucks. Well, it's within their legal rights. It's crappy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people use those guys to make nude mods and stuff like that, too. And
well, yeah, but some mods are sick, and I don't know which ones came from people who have Patreons, but, like, the Yori mod for Nikali is amazing.
How did that work so well? How did that? Because like he even has the pound, which looks like his super where he pounds you. His uppercut looked right. And he has all of his claw moves and everything like that. The Iori mod, the Iori Yagami mod for Nakali was ridiculous.
Amazing.
It was actually really, really good. I saw a couple of other mods that were really cool, and like even Maximilian was like, "I will donate money to someone who can take Gamora and turn her into Linn Kurosawa in Alien versus Predator and stuff like that." So I think that would be sick. Dude, don't wave your hand at Linn Kurosawa, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you two are the only people who know who that is.
No, that's not true.
Everybody following Max had to go to google.com and type in, okay, how do I spell this name? Nobody knows that.
Oh, tank top! Yeah, but no, come on. Dude, Linn Kurosawa's the best, dude. Anyways, okay, so, I mean, pretty much there's nothing they can do, right? Capcom pretty much has legal rights to do that, so...
Yeah, totally.
Okay, well, Dissidia, back to Final Fantasy Dissidia, they said that the closed beta that they said that everybody who attended EVO was going to get a beta code for is going to run from August 26th to September 4th. So you're going to be able to play Dissidia in that closed beta for that time. Also, they officially announced Ghost Rider for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah.
And he will be playable at Gamescom as well.
That's cool. Ghost Rider had a lot of interesting ideas in his design in Marvel 3, but he just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But he did have a lot of really interesting ideas, so I'm hoping that they find a way to solve those problems and make him more viable again.
I really want him to buff up his zoning, because when I first saw him, I was like, that's kind of sick. He's like the Dhalsim of Marvel.
Yeah. Oh, he was cool. Yeah, he had cool ideas for sure.
Yeah, but
and like definitely some cheap setups. It's just, how often could you make those?
Right, exactly. He got rushed down really easily. So
he had a cool level 3.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, the best I ever did in Marvel tournaments was for my Ghost Rider team, which was ironic because all I did was just jump back and hit S all day and just sit there and call Felicia low assist and Doom beam, and I did really well with that team, but it just had no future because Doom wasn't very good. So I mean, because Ghost Rider wasn't very good. So
right.
Okay. Also, here's another news is that last year the Red Bull Proving Grounds finals were in the Red Bull Santa Monica offices, but this year it's going to take place in Chicago on October 21st. So the Red Bull Proving Grounds finales will go from Santa Monica to Chicago this year, and it'll be back to that. It'll be hosted at Joe's Live Rosemont. And it will be 3v3 battles until one group is left standing. So there you go. And it will also be open to the public this year. So that's probably why they're going for a venue change. So everyone can come and visit, and there will be, I guess, tickets and audiences and stuff like that. So.
Alrighty.
Okay. What else do I have here? Bandai Namco actually wants feedback on Tekken 7, and they have a online poll.
Okay.
For you to go and they have an online survey that you can fill out. It was reported by TekkenGamer.com. They're conducting a questionnaire that asks for your feedback on its current content, future content, and what you'd like to see improved in the game.
Wow,
and it's not multiple choice stuff like that. There's a field at the end that you can type in whatever you want, apparently. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so there you go. So check out TekkenGamer.com, and they'll have an article on there that'll probably give you a link to that poll. So there you go. Remove Xiao Yu. I'm kind of down with that. Oh, God.
Can I make it so that the bathtub has bubbles in it?
That would be good, actually. Dude, you know what? They need
Bubbly
to make
bathtub?
They need to make it so when you put a hat on them, you can still change their hair color. That drives me nuts. I couldn't give Eliza a beret and keep her blonde.
Oh, so, wait, what color did it turn into?
It's black by default,
okay.
Right? So, if I give her no hats, I can make her hair blonde. Because she had dyed kicks, so I was trying to make her look like Cammy, which was actually really, really hard to do. But I got a beret, and I was like, perfect, and then I couldn't change her hair. I was mad.
Yeah, maybe more guns. I don't know, something like that. It's pretty solid in general. Not too many complaints.
So we already talked about the Core Gaming video, where they talked about increasing the accessibility of fighting games. They talked about Fantasy Strike as occupying that space kind of between dive kick and everything else. And so, yeah, I mean, I think Fantasy Strike has a lot of potential for that. So,
Sure.
But again, I don't think the crowdfunding on it is doing particularly well right now. But last thing I will mention here is that Circa Esports has signed EVO 2017 Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 finalist Joey D. So Joey D is now officially sponsored by Circa. So that's cool. Circa always catching a lot of the more niche games out there. So, and of course, Joey D, I'm sure, is going to go on to play a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So
yeah, I would think so.
there you go. And then last thing I want to mention is upcoming this weekend. There's some good stuff coming up this weekend. Most notably, of course, another big e-event coming up is, of course, Summer Jam 11, which is taking place in Philadelphia this weekend. Will once again be streamed on everything and has all the games being played there. There's 20k pop bonus for Injustice 2, a 1k pop bonus for DOA, 1k pop bonus for Pokken, 300 pop bonus for Blaze Blue, 250 pop bonus for Third Strike, 250 pop bonus for Super Turbo, and 300 pop bonus for Vampire Savior as well.
All right.
Oh, someone actually says Alan Snyder was announced for Arika's game on Beast TV. They brought Alan Snyder back? Yes! Justice Fist! Ugh.
Yeah, everybody's favorite.
Come on, dude. He was the best. Fire Force! Yeah, anyways.
It's such a boring character.
Dude, he's the stupidest character, but that's what makes him great, dude.
Oh, man. That game did not have many interesting characters, I gotta tell you.
Come on, are you really gonna dog on like Purum? Come on.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Put him kick!
Skullomania is stupid.
Skullomania is stupid?
Darun's pretty dumb.
Darun is dumb?
I mean, he humps, it's kind of funny, but that's other than that, he's just like, whatever.
What about Crackerjack, man? He could actually bat you into outer space so that you bounced off of Mars.
Yep.
Also this weekend is the Japan Cup, and I was given a list of notable players who's going to be showing up. Remember, this Japan Cup is the premier event in Japan, and it used to be run at Tokyo Game Show. But yeah, seriously, all right, I'm kicking David here. I'm going to kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We don't need David anymore. There you go. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, but this used to be run by at the Tokyo Game Show, but now it is going to be run by the Shinobiism, which is the Momochi and Chocoblanca group. Momochi can't enter because he is a TO, but that's standard. But that's really cool. So good job to them as usual. But here's some notable players that are going to be there. Here's all the Japanese players, so obviously they're going to be there because it's in Japan, but Itabashi Zangief, Haitani, Kazunoko, Yukadon, Fudo, Goichi, Daigo, Sako, Dogra, Moke, MOV, Mago, Daikoku, Tachikawa, Machabo, Gachiku, 96 Cafe, Nemo, Inuchiyu, Trashbox, Nyanshi, Narikun, Ponzaman, Eita, Ino, Gunfight, King Debu, Like a Bird, Initial Kyosu, Haku, Raiketsu, Yuki Mayu, Ever, Harumi, Jimmy One, Aqua, Kichipamu, Tompi, John Takauchi, Vanao, Mishie, Mizuha, Gafro, Nauman, Garu, YHC Mochi, Kuwashima, 456HT, Otani, PSK, Storm Kubo, who is going to be debuting his Abigail.
Oh, yeah.
Sasa, Pugera, Yamaguchi, Yoshito, Yoshikibi, Kojiro, Iori, Nanai, and Crusher. Those are all the Japanese players that were listed in this list here. And from outside of Japan, we've got Oil King from Taiwan, Verloren from Korea, NL and Punko from Korea, Infiltration from Korea, Christatarian from the U.S. is out there.
He has been out there, yeah.
Yeah, Sandbag and Save from Korea, XYZZY, Bibyong from Korea as well, Genesis from, I think that's Singapore, Breast Panty Hip from Korea is going to be there, Guilty from the U.S. is going to be there, SSD Ham Punch from Korea, AC8 Kim will also be there, and I don't know what flag Horse Mask is from.
Flag Horse Mask.
Well, Horse Mask, and there's a flag there, and being my terrible geography, I don't know what flag that is.
Oh, I'm not sure, man. I'm not looking at it.
Okay. But yeah, a lot of people coming to this event, so it's going to be pretty crazy.
Well, what I want to see is the Abigail team.
Is there one for the team
There
tournament?
is.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there are. And
Okay.
so it's Kubo. It's like Kubo, Kindebu, Momochi, or no, right? Momochi.
No, because
Hameko.
okay. Because Momochi could probably play in that because that's not a CPT event.
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
a 5v5 team tournament.
Someone says YS maybe.
So what?
Oh, maybe no. I don't know what that means. Maybe he was trying to type yes. Never mind. But yeah, dude, a 5-member Abigail team, huh?
Yeah, 5 Abigail. So I think that's going to be cool to see.
That's going to be cool. Yeah, but I mean, being that it is a premiere event, I'm sure it's going to be streamed on Capcom Fighters. So that's the way it usually is. GTO Akira says it's Momochi, Punko, Hameko, Kindebu, and Hagajin.
Hagajin was the other one. That's right. Yep.
There you go. Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
And Kubo, right? Isn't Kubo on that team?
I guess not. I guess Kubo's not on that team.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. There you go.
That's crazy. Oh, Horse Mask is from UAE, maybe, potentially. UAE Abu Dhabi. There you go. So, okay. There you go.
Anyway, yeah, I think that's going to be cool to see.
There's also a Ryukyu Esports Festival going on that weekend. It's going to be Exerd Rev 2, BBCF, Street Fighter 5, KOF, 14, Tekken 7, Smash 4, Melee. That one is on Friday through Sunday, and it's going to be also taking place in Japan, I believe. But I'm sure most people are going to be at Japan Cup, so that's kind of unfortunate that there's a little bit of an overlap there.
Yeah.
Also is VS Fighting 7, which is in Birmingham in the UK. That is going to be streamed on twitch.tv/Electronic Dojo, Electronic Dojo 2, VS Fighting, Tekken, NetherRealm, and Grandmaster Challenge. So these are going to be these are Injustice Pro Series Premier event and a Tekken World Tour Europe Master event. And it is a Capcom Pro Tour ranking event. So that is taking place this weekend. Going to be a big one. According to GTO Akira, Cien will be at VS Fighting.
Yep.
Also, coming up in Costa Rica is Furiatica. So another Latin America event here. So that one is going to be taking place. There's going to be Street Fighter 5, KOF 14, Tekken 7, Exit Rev 2, Injustice Smash 4, MKXL. And the stream will be on twitch.tv/true_challengers. So Costa Rican event going on over there. It is a Capcom Pro Tour Latin America ranking event. So expect a lot of the strong players like Mena RD and etc. to do well at that event. Okay.
Sounds good.
What did I just miss here, David?
Don't worry about it, James.
Let's see what else is going on this weekend. Super Smash Con is taking place this weekend in Virginia in the Dulles Expo Center. You can find out about it on smash.gg. It is, that's all the information I have in Chantilly, Virginia at the Dulles Expo Center. That is going to be taking place from Thursday through Sunday. In fact, it starts, on Thursday. So check that out. Mm-hmm.
Good old Chantilly.
Yep. And also this weekend, which will be streamed on twitch.tv/snaketits, is the Pasadena Regionals 2017. Which is basically Dr. Snake Tits he ran it in his home last year, and this year they actually have a venue for it, but that's going to be this weekend, and it's a high roller Marvel tournament, and it's going to be part of the Curly Circuit. It's a last chance qualifier for the Curly Circuit and special Snake Tits format, first to 4, unless 3-0 bus ass is what it actually says right here, so... There you go. But yeah, that should be some fun MvC3 stuff. A lot of the strongest players are going to be there to play that game. So there you go.
Sounds good.
Dude, so many things going on. And of course, every weekend, the Gfinity Elite Series is going on in the UK. So definitely keep eyes on that. That's on twitch.tv/gfinitytv. That's the event that's been going on in Europe, like I said, for the past couple of weeks. It started first week of August. So yeah, this is the second week I think that's coming up. So there you go. Oh no, actually, you know what? He deletes the stuff from previous weeks, so it might have been going on for longer than that. So there you go. Okay, that's all I have for events.
Hey, you know what I was thinking was that you know the arrow dude from Guardians of the Galaxy, Yondu?
Yeah, that guy.
Wouldn't that be sick if he was in Marvel? I just feel like there would be a lot of really, really cool gameplay ideas that you could do with a little like whistling arrow as like a puppet character. The arrow, I think it'd be super cool.
Yeah, wouldn't it be like if he just like you call the arrow and it'd be kind of like LFL aiming things? Like he would just stand still and he couldn't move, but you controlled the arrow around the screen, so he's like totally open and you have to like intercept them with the arrow and stuff like that. That actually would be kind of sick.
Actually, that would be super crazy and terrible, but really, really interesting.
Right. Oh, but dude, could you imagine, like, what if you called the arrow, tagged your opponent, and while you controlled the opponent, that would actually control the arrow too, like, at the same time? I love it. That would be crazy, dude.
That would be really cool.
Yondu, man.
And then they also showed a picture of Cable. I mean,
not for the next Deadpool movie.
I mean, presumably he's not going to be in Marvel Infinite.
Yeah, because he's an X-Men, right? So he can't be in it, so...
Yeah. But I just miss, air hyper beam, that's all. It sure was BS.
Discovered on day one, and yet that game turned into one of the greatest games of all time, so...
Yeah, what an accident. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. Alright, anything else to talk about?
Someone says there's Nintendo World Championships coming up or something?
Yeah, they're redoing it. Yeah.
Oh, that thing. Oh, really?
Like the ancient...
Yeah. The one that
exactly the
that
same.
fact Jason Wilson actually, I think, got third place in or something like that, so...
Oh, yeah, and that Alex Jabali got some placement in. He did well at it.
Yeah. But yeah, okay.
It's true.
Nice. Okay, good stuff. But yeah, Cable is in Deadpool 2, yeah. Deadpool 2.
Yeah, and he looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Although someone did an edit where they made his outfit a little more blue and it looked right. Like it was a little more blue and his hair was more gray. And it just looked good. I don't know.
Oh, man, I'm looking at this Alan Snyder trailer. He looks like such an idiot.
Where is the... Oh, there it is. Oh, okay.
Look at this guy. What a dingus.
I mean, he's supposed to be... I mean, always felt like he was kind of like the Dan of the game, right? He had freaking Justice Fist, dude. I mean, come on. Justice Fist was... Justice Fist! Oh, man. I wonder if I can play it with no... oh, dude, it's a 20-second video.
Yeah, it's very short.
Don't look it up. Someone linked it in the chat just now. Oh, my God. What the hell did they do to his costume? What the hell did they do to him? He looks so weird now. That was it? That's the whole trailer?
Yep. He's got different colored pants and he has... I don't know what else to say about that.
Justice Fist could reflect fireballs. Actually, it would launch fireballs into the stratosphere. Come on, dude. It was the best thing.
You're in the stratosphere.
Okay.
All right, well, are we done here?
Yeah, I think so. A little bit short episode. Sorry I did not get the video, last week's Tuesday show out in time last week. I got distracted by social media. And then
that's right. It was a tough week.
Yeah, and then I went to Chile. So there you go. So I'll try to get everything out. Hopefully I'll try to do a bunch of editing tomorrow. I'll probably going to do another jchensor episode. So, if you want more controversy and more get mad at me even more, tune in tomorrow. That'll be fun. So
you got it.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go make dinner for myself. I haven't eaten yet. Well, that's not true. I ate throughout this entire show, but I'm still hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry, dude.
I've been eating this whole time.
I'm actually hungry as well. So yeah, there you go. In any case, I mean, one thing I will say that the most dangerous thing about social media is that people tend to take clips and you don't get the whole description. So a lot of people didn't get, like, everything that I was saying. But I will clear it all up tomorrow. But, of course, it will be chopped up into tiny pieces and everyone will misunderstand me anyway. But in any case, I'm hungry, so I need to go get food. So,
all right. Yes. Do your thing.
All right.
Yeah, that's it for this week. I mean, I should be there next week. I only wasn't here because I had to wait for a delivery that came like just before we went on the air.
Oh, really? It actually did show up. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and like the 10 minutes between when I stopped streaming Starfire and when I was online. That's why I was a little bit late to getting upstairs to the room here.
Okay, cool. See, Flyron asked, what did I say? You'll have to tune in tomorrow for Unchensor to find out when I summarize everything that happened. So.
And yeah, C60 Jam, who says I'm going to get fat when my metabolism slows, that is already beginning to occur. That train is slowly leaving the station. I don't know if it's ever going to be at full speed. I don't know if I'm ever going to be in like terrible condition, but
I don't know if you'll
starting.
ever get to James Chen status, right, basically, because my metabolism sure has stopped a long time ago. So
yeah, well, you know, I'm pushing the years now. I'm not so young, no sir.
Yeah.
No sir.
Yeah. But to be fair, I have been losing weight, so that's good.
Nice work to you.
Yes. Okay.
Alrighty, let's roll.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Just give twitch.tv/jchensor a follow. Plugs and stuff like that, yes. All right, so...
I am 34.
You're still a baby, man. You're still a baby. All right, let's do this. Ready?
Yep.
Whoops.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Hey, did you listen to the outro video on the YouTube channel?
No, I have not yet. I'll take a look at that. I haven't done that yet. Send me another message to remind me. Okay.